I think that I just read the Korean there. I think Hago Shippo. I think he said something about I want to go or something.
He wants to do something. I don't know what it was.
Oh. I think he probably said something about, like, let's have a good game, or let's play, or
Probably.
let's go. Something along those lines. Anyway, spawning in the bottom left as the orange Protoss, it's Jangbi.
And his opponent trying to prevent the all-kill. His name is SOS, spawning his blue Protoss on the top right-hand position.
There's that death stare in progress. I want, like, somebody will probably end up, like, making, like, a compilation of SOS throughout, like, an entire season. You'll, like, just see his face, like, go from, like, a smile and, like, having, like, smiling eyes to, like, progressively more and more, like that evil, dark death stare look.
I mean, at first you're just like, yeah, I'm just having fun in Pro League. I'm trying to stack up some wins, and now SOS is at a point where he needs to win the games instead of gaining experience in Pro League, as he is one of the ace players from WOONGJIN Stars.
SOS does have one win over Jangbi in Starcraft2 as well. And in Brood War, I believe it was the other way around. It was 2-1, if I recall.
And SOS, yes, he is not in the finals, but he did make it into round of 4, only to fall one game short to his teammate. But that also means that he made it into WCS Season 1 Grand Finals, the Grand Slam that is going to be held a week after the WCS GSL Korea Season 1.
That'll be exciting. There's actually something that Jangbi did real quick that I want to point out. He scouted his base for proxies, and that's because we saw some proxy gates happen earlier on in the Pro League season, just I think a match or two ago.
Also happened on my ladder game this morning.
Well, you're always going to get proxy gates on ladder. Just you want to scout 10 out of 10 times on the ladder, because the 1 out of the 10 times you're going to have someone proxy gate you. It's just that's what happens.
Yeah, and if all you have for the initially all you have to do is scout inside the main base, because you can throw down the side of an S-core. And once you scout around the natural and see the proxy gates over there, all you have to do is Colonel Boost out a Zealot and get a Mothership Core to defend against it. But, you know, we don't have a proxy gate today, so we don't need to worry about it too much.
No, we don't. All right, well, the cores are going to complete around the same time here. We have the scouting probes for both players going to their opponent's base, because this is a good time to make sure your opponent's not doing something crazy like the 4-gate. And you do have to, you can still actually lose the 4 gates. It's so uncommon, and the pro gamers, their micro is so good that it, like, rarely ever happens anyway, but there's still, like, even though it's technically a dead build, quote unquote, it's always kind of like a threat in the back of your head.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't see it coming, then you're gonna die.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the thing. It's like, that's the thing. Back in Starcraft2 Wings of Liberty, you saw it coming, and sometimes you just didn't have the right build order to defend against the 4-gate. In Starcraft2 Heart of the Swarm, yes, you can defend against it, even if you don't see it, but it's kind of hard. If you have the right micro, if you have the right decision makings, then even if you see the 4-gate a little bit late, you can defend against it. And look at this, SOS just scouting around the map, trying to see if Jangbi put down any proxy tech around the map.
Jangbi's known for that.
Yeah, it's going to be on the right bottom side for himself, and in fact, he's going to go for a really early Nexus. But I don't see a Stargate, I don't see a Robo, we see a Twilight Council finishing up, I don't see the 2 gateways finishing up soon.
All right, well, the Twilight Council just about to finish here. We have 2 gateways for Jangbi as well, and you know what? That aggression has worked so well from him. He's going to go for the blink once again here. And the Mothership Core, will it spot? Yes, it does indeed spot that probe over there, so the probe's going to run for its life. But
peekaboo.
Yeah, it's going to eventually get killed off here. So nice spot there by WOONGJIN Stars' SOS. Knows that Jangbi loves to put down those proxy pylons. And look at this. I was just about to say, Jangbi's going to probably send out another probe and eventually make a proxy pylon in. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, it's gonna get scouted once again.
It does get scouted there. Hallucinated Phoenix moving across the map as well now, so Jangbi can get a good idea what his opponent's up to.
And this time around, he's gonna have a harder time making this work because the Nexus Cannon is gonna be out for SOS.
There won't be any. Well, actually, no, there will be Immortals out for this.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's gonna be a lot harder to deal with. It may just end up not working.
He just needs to go for it at this point. He needs to start moving out on the map. He needs to throw down a proxy pylon as soon as possible unless he wants to go for the expansion. And he decides to get an expansion behind this.
So he's going to feign that aggression and make his opponent overcommit to that defense.
Yeah. So it's This is Jangbi's decision-making coming into play once again, because he saw the Nexus inside the main base, he saw the Robo, he saw a really early Nexus. He knows that he's behind in the economy wars, but he knows that once he tries to make something happen, it's not going to work out this time around.
Yeah. And look at this, Jangbi with some pretty sick star sense here, spots that probe moving across the map, picks that off, and he is... I like this, man. He's got a few stalkers just around the map. He's just saying, he's just like making it look like, well, I could push. You better be prepared.
I could push, I could put some pressure, but all I have to do is recall.
Whoa,
behind this. We have a double Stargate.
Double Stargate from
It's it's probably gonna get scouted because of the hallucinated Phoenix, but Jangbi just going for all these different builds today.
He is all over the place with these builds, man, and Jangbi, he needs the micro this correctly, kills off one probe, one for the second, Mothership Core goes down, and we're going to have to see a blink there, nice blink back, and Jangbi not going to lose anything here, but killing off a few probes.
That was actually a little bit more scary for SOS because he was going outside of the cannon's range. Jangbi already had a sentry over there, so he could have actually force fielded the Immortal and got it right away.
I love what he's doing, man. Jangbi is completely just like messing with his opponent's head here. He's revealing a few stalkers and being aggressive, but behind this, double Stargate with the Phoenix on the way here, and if there's not enough anti-air defense, then the Phoenix are going to kill everything.
Well, I do have to say SOS knows what is up because there was a hallucinated Phoenix at the natural. I'm pretty sure that's scouted into the main base, and because of that, he's going for DTs.
He's going for the DTs here, and the Stalkers doing a bit of damage here to that Immortal. Kill off the shields.
He does see the Twilight Council, and he does scout the DTs.
So we should see robotics go up almost immediately here for Jangbi.
Both players on top of their game today, just scouting every single build from their opponent. There is a force field, but there is a blink.
Yeah, nice job there, picking off one of the sentries. And canceling the Dark Shrine. Nice, going for the blink, a counter blink here. That means that we're going to see more Stalkers be built from SOS. Currently, SOS, though, is still ahead in supply. He's up to 80 now to the 67 from Jangbi, and the Observer scouts the double Stargate and the Robo behind this. And, I'm wondering where the Phoenix are on the map.
Yeah, actually, Jangbi needs to equalize the damage a little bit more because, like I said, SOS is going to be ahead in economy because he got an early Nexus, but the Stalkers are already in nice position, so he picks up one probe, but he needs to get out of there as soon as possible.
Yeah. Got to be careful. Does not want to lose any of those Phoenix, or the investment won't really be worth it at this point.
He actually got up to 3 probes, but loses 1 Phoenix on its way, so 8 probes have been killed so far.
Yeah. So at least economy-wise, Jangbi, you know, he's probably at least in an equal or better position to his opponent. He's getting Void Rays behind this.
I like this. This is actually going to be fantastic because, you know, when players go for Void Rays, they don't have a blink for themselves, so the opponent's blink Stalkers can take out everything. Jangbi already has a blink. He can go into charge as soon as he wants to, and he's going to go into that charge slot Immortal Void Ray composition, which is pretty good.
And we have the Templar tech here from SOS. So we're not... Oh, he's... it looks like Jangbi's going for the robotics bay now behind this as well.
He's getting everything.
Both players, like, combined have, like, unlocked the entire tech tree at this point.
And what's funny is that SOS is taking a third base behind this. Jangbi, I don't think he's scouted it, so he's not going to punish it.
Well, there he goes. He sees it now.
But now he sees it. So now it's a choice of, do I go and try to punish it, or do I get a third base for myself?
That is the question here.
Third base is most likely at this point.
Yeah. I mean, it's...
Playing with fire.
Well, that's what Jangbi does, man. He plays with fire. That's what he's been doing every single one of during every one of his games today. The Forge also completing for Jangbi here, and he's getting a third Nexus as well. But SOS's will complete before his.
Oh, he's gonna get a Templar. He could get a Templar right now.
Gonna get the Templar.
One Templar gets taken out, and nice blink. He does lose 1 Stalker.
Totally worth it.
Really worth it at this point.
Think of it like trading 50 gas for 50. That's what happened, right? Extra gateways going down for SOS. We do have the Colossus tech on the way for our Protoss player Jangbi. He's getting a second Robo behind this, as well as the thermal range upgrade. +2 attack, I believe, on the way for SOS as well behind this.
And a Stargate going up for SOS also. So now we're just playing the game of get everything that you can get in this matchup. This
is kind of wonky because we don't see unit compositions change this wildly throughout a PvP, but it's certainly cool to see.
Both players are just trying to out-mind game their opponent right now. For example, Jangbi showed the Phoenixes, Jangbi showed the double Stargate, and he gets the double 2 Void Rays behind it, so...
Double Stargate from SOS. What is going on here? What is going on here?
Well, it seems like he wants to catch his opponent off guard by making a lot more air units than his opponent, but Jangbi already has the Phoenixes, and around this time, around the 14 minutes, 15 minutes, this is the time when you just scout around your opponent's main base and see what your opponent is going for exactly, because now around this point in time, it's hard to change the tech.
Well, so, they've been changing the tech regardless, man.
Well, at this point, they already committed to something, so it's better to scout, but the scouting is going to get denied with the Phoenix being taken out. And behind this, SOS is going for Tempest. He knows that his opponent is getting a lot of Colossus out, so he's going to go for pure Zealot, Immortal, Tempest army with some Archons and Stalkers mixed in.
That's what it's looking like. We have Jangbi going for the Templar Archives here. He's going to scout that Fleet Beacon, though, and
once he sees it...
Yep, he clicked on that. He knows, man. He knows exactly what's up here. So what will be the response from Jangbi? That's the real question. Will he go for an attack before the Tempests are out?
I think that might actually be a good choice, because there's only going to be 2 Tempests. He already has Blink Stalkers, he has a Void Race, and 2 Tempests cannot one-shot the Colossus.
Sure, you need to move up to 5?
5.
Yeah. We have
without the upgrades, it's 5.
Yeah, without the upgrade. Okay, well, SOS, he's going for a 4th base here. This is actually just like such a cool PvP, man. This is what I imagine it would be like, you know, towards the end of the Pro League season, and I guess my dreams are coming true.
Yeah,
man.
well, they have to play. Well, in the earlier season, it's like, yeah, we could lose a game, but it doesn't matter, so we could do risky builds here and there. But now is a time where the players really need to focus. And Jangbi, he knows that his team right now is in 5th place, so he needs to make something happen. The Nexus Cannon does go down. Preemptive Time Warp does prevent the Mothership Core from falling.
The Stalkers are going to try to be annoying and do some damage here, but Jangbi, he's going to be able to handle this without too much of an issue. The Stalker's getting picked off, and that's going to be lights out for those Stalkers. They don't even really kill much probes there as well. A lot more gateways are being made in here as well. And SOS, he's been doing one thing better than Jangbi this game, and that's been taking those expansions so aggressively. I don't think Jangbi even realizes that his opponent's already getting 4th base up, and it's going to be complete very soon here.
I really like this by Jangbi. After knowing that the Tempests are out, instead of going for more air units for himself, he's getting Immortals only.
Yeah, that's good. You should get the Immortals, the Archons. Focus on that ground army.
Yeah, he's just focusing on the ground army, ignoring the Tempests, because yes, the Tempests are great, but their DPS is so low.
Actually, something that people don't generally realize, but Void Rays actually counter Tempests.
Yeah, they do.
They do. I learned this the hard way in the beta, but they do. And what Jangbi could do is he could go for the Void Race, but he is opting to just go for a very solid ground army overall, putting out a lot of Immortals, Archons, focusing on his upgrades.
He knows that he's slightly late in the race because his opponent is already getting a lot of Tempest out, so it's better for him to focus on the ground and then take out the Tempest with Blink Stalkers and Archons after he dominates the ground.
Now the big thing here is the upgrade-wise, we're going to have +3 for SOS, and only +2 for Jangbi, but who has the better army composition? Micro here, shots fired by the Tempest here. We have a forward flank with the Stalkers. They're not going to be able to do a huge amount of damage to these Tempests. And SOS starting to move in. That is one scary-looking army.
Yeah, all Jangbi can do is just wait until he gets a perfect positioning against his opponent, because the Tempests are just covering everything at this point.
Alright, we have a Proxy Pylon finishing here for SOS.
Yeah, the +2 really hurts at this point.
Alright, here we go. 2 hallucinated Colossi in the back, but they are not fooled. And here we go. This is going to be the big battle. This could decide the entire game and match here. The Colossus getting obliterated here. And it looks like SOS's army proving very superior here. He has more reinforcement and warp-ins. And it looks like Jangbi, his army supply starting to fall heavily here now. Down 87, 85 to like 130. And that is going to be it.
It just didn't work out for Jangbi, as he hoped that his opponent SOS was going to target fire the hallucinated Colossus, but SOS a little bit too smart. Also, better upgrade and better unit composition. GG! So SOS does drag it into the final set as he takes out Jangbi and prevents the all-kill.
SOS he understands PvP better. Jangbi, I feel like maybe if he had some Storm in his army or a lot more Void Rays to deal with the Tempest, but he didn't have a counter for the Tempest, which countered his Colossi, and the Colossi were pretty much just dead weight in that fight. And once he lost the backbone to his army, I mean, lights out.
Colossus did a nice job taking out all the Zods from his opponent, but the upgrades also helped out a lot, as his opponent SOS had a lot more Immortals, and those were just eating away on every single Archon and the Solace that Jangbi had left over in that fight.
Yeah, the Immortal count and the Archon count was pretty high for both players, but it looked like SOS at the last moment there, he just had more.
Yeah.
Also, he fought, Jangbi fought right on the pylon.
Yeah.
Or the SOS had the reinforcements.
Jangbi had the right idea, but he just didn't have the units and the upgrades. And the positioning wasn't that good either. So he could have made it work if it was a better positioning and better upgrades for himself, but he just didn't win today's game. So who is going to be the final player from Samsung Khan?
It looks like it's going to be Stork getting sent out. Another Protoss versus Protoss match happening. PV Pro League guys.
Well, Samsung Khan knows that sending out Reality on this map will be suicidal, as Protosses have been dominating over Terran, so now they're going to risk it. They are going to put the game on Stork's back, as he is sent out as the ace player from Samsung Khan.
So can Stork carry his team on his back, and deliver the win for Samsung Khan, or will SOS prove superior? We will find out after this commercial break.